Think it only costs a couple $100 or so to replace the battery pack in a Tesla Model 3? You might want to think again. Is it in the thousands? Even more? Keep watching to find out the true price.
I want to know. I want to know.
As the dust of the all-electric innovation storm settles, the real cost of buying, driving, and maintaining an EV, or electric vehicle, becomes clearer. It's tricky to determine the actual cost of driving an EV, at least when compared to figuring out the cost of driving conventional gas cars. This ambiguity is largely due to the fact that EVs are more expensive than gas cars, they depreciate faster, and the cost of electricity varies from state to state. EV car makers use cash upfront tactics to promote the cost of an EV, but usually they are financed, making the buy much heftier. For example, Tesla lists the cost of an entry-level Model 3 at $47,000, but the average transaction peaks at about $60,000, according to CNET. There is no denying that EVs bring many benefits to the table, and that they could be the future of mobility. However, the industry, which is seeing all-time high orders, still needs to get the record straight on several issues. These include meeting demand, building up the EV charging networks, addressing battery performance in cold and hot weather, and finding a way to battle out inflation without transferring the cost to the buyer. Electric vehicles in 2022, even the most affordable ones, are still expensive when compared to gas cars. According to Kelley Blue Book, the average transaction price for an EV in April 2021 was $51,532, while the average transaction price for a gas compact car is $22,798. For a gas SUV or crossover, it was $31,033. EV manufacturers argue that down the road, their cars bring generous savings in gas and maintenance. However, there are hidden costs. For example, replacing the battery of a Tesla Model 3 costs 1/3 of the total price of the car in 2022, as reported by Recurrent.
Oh my God!
Recurrent reports that replacing the battery of a Tesla Model 3 costs about $15,800. Compared to other major brands that produce EVs, Tesla's battery costs are significantly higher. In comparison, the battery cost for a Hyundai Ioniq is set at about $2,850. EV battery technology is getting better, more efficient, and cheaper. Bloomberg reports that by 2030, the cost is expected to drop to $100 per kilowatt hour, and possibly as low as $58 per kilowatt hour. However, new supply chain problems affecting lithium and other elements used in batteries could pause the downward price trend. Tesla's official limited warranty covers the battery replacement for a Model 3 rear-wheel drive for 8 years or 100,000 miles, whichever happens first, with a minimum of 70% retention capacity over the warranty period. For a Model 3 long-range version, the warranty is for 8 years or 120,000 miles. Tesla may choose to repair the damaged battery or replace it with a new one when executing the warranty. However, take note that the automaker warns the replacement may not restore the battery to a like-new condition. Used Teslas bought through the Tesla inventory have battery replacement covered for 4 years or 50,000 miles, with the original warranty and an addition of 1 year or 10,000 miles. The Tesla warranty only covers malfunctions or damages caused by fabrication. If the battery is damaged due to collisions, exposure to fire, water, unauthorized services, improper maintenance, earthquake, windstorm, off-road driving, and several other events, the owner will bear the cost. If the thought of potentially spending tens of thousands of dollars on a new Tesla battery fills drivers with horror, the good news is that there are ways to delay that expense. One of the easiest comes down to battery chemistry itself, and not charging your EV all the way up every time. In fact, automakers generally recommend targeting an 80% to 90% maximum charge for day-to-day use. Tesla's suggestion is up to approximately 90%, which can be set through the infotainment touchscreen, saving a full 100% charge for those times you're planning a road trip and want maximum range. One of the main reasons for that is the heat produced when an electric vehicle is charging. More heat degrades the battery, so avoiding a complete charge should help keep the eventual replacement at bay.
Future's now, old man.
As for where the used batteries go, that's another area where the auto industry, and its supply chain partners, is supposedly improving. Like several other automakers and specialists, Tesla is working on recycling the materials which go into the typical EV power pack, including extracting the rare earth materials which help contribute to its high price tag. They can often be reused, helping reduce the cost of producing new batteries. In other cases, the whole battery packs themselves get a second life, and that needn't involve wheels at all. While the energy density they can store may not be where it needs to be for efficient motoring, it's often more than enough to act as a backup battery for fixed use. BMW has been using old EV power packs for several years now. For example, acting as temporary storage for energy generated by solar panels at its plant in Leipzig, Germany. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more SlashGear videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.